Tristan Irvin, and I'm going to share with you how I stopped feeling cold. Okay, so obviously as a human we feel cold. Like we go outside and it's cold. It's cold at the moment, it's like 0 degrees Celsius. And you feel that. You can't stop feeling cold. Okay, video over. But what I mean is improving your tolerance to the cold. So every human will have a limit, a threshold at which they will start shivering and start feeling uncomfortably cold. And for some people that will be 15 degrees C, some will be 5 degrees C. If you're some crazy Wim Hof type character, it might be 0. And for me, I managed to improve my tolerance to the cold quite a lot by just improving my nutrition slightly. I used to be one of those people who has to go out in coats in summer and is still shivering while everyone else is wearing t-shirts. And I had to put my air conditioning on by like mid-September, and it was costing me a lot of money. I mean, it still costs a lot of money, but maybe slightly less money. So how did I do this? It was basically by chance. I wasn't intending to, but I realised when I take nitric oxide supplements, I became a lot more resistant to the cold. So nitric oxide is not something which is particularly common in health circles. It's very common in bodybuilding and like weightlifting circles. They use it to generate a pump in their muscles in the gym and increase blood flow. And I was just taking it for that reason at the time, but I figured out when I take my nitric oxide and I go out in the cold, I feel a lot less affected by it. And for some people, that is going to sound quite strange, because the commonly accepted mechanism that the body prevents feeling cold by is vasoconstriction. It narrows the nerves, not the nerves, the veins. So it narrows the veins so they get less exposed to the cold, and your blood stays warm in like the center of your body. But nitric oxide is not a vasoconstrictor, it's a vasodilator. So why is nitric oxide helping me? And I had to research this a bit as well, but there is apparently another process known as contradictory cold exposure vasodilation, by which most of your veins are vasoconstricting, but to increase the blood flow to your extremities, the veins on your extremities will slightly vasodilate during cold exposure. And this helps keep the blood flowing despite most of your body being vasoconstricted. And I believe that is responsible for the effect by which when you go outside in the cold and then you come back indoors to a warm area afterwards, you generally feel that your hands and exposed parts are all puffed up. They're all inflamed. And this, I slightly have this now because I just went outside. But this inflamed effect, I never used to get. I would just go outside in the cold and be shivery and come back inside and not really feeling any different. But now, even when I'm outside, I feel this slight inflammation effect in my extremities. And when I come back inside, they're all like massively puffed up. And I think that is due to the vasodilatory process being properly supported by the nitric oxide nutrition. It's just a theory. I don't think anyone wants to write papers on this. I don't think anyone's particularly interested in it. But it's quite a useful health hack, I guess. So how do you supplement nitric oxide? For people who aren't bodybuilders, they probably have never heard of it before. You don't take it directly. You don't take a nitric oxide pill and it gets absorbed. You have to take it indirectly. So you take other substances which boost nitric oxide within your blood. And if you Google it, you'll find a bunch of different things. mostly marketed towards gym goers, so you get the pump increaser 2000 or something. And you don't have to buy those. I think they're mostly just way too expensive and marked up. But the ones I would recommend would be betaine, betaine, I don't know how to pronounce that, but trimethylglycine is what it is, and beetroot powder. And they're both very, very effective for me. And beetroot powder is more direct, so it contains nitrites and nitrates, which gets absorbed and gets converted directly to nitric oxide. I don't know the exact mechanism of betaine, but it boosts nitric oxide in some other ways, and it's very popular with bodybuilders. Another one which might pair with that is the vitamin C. Vitamin C is necessary to convert nitrites, which are in beetroot powder, to nitric oxide. And if you don't have enough vitamin C, they'll stay as nitrites in the body, which can become toxic, and you don't really want that. So make sure you have enough vitamin C if you're taking that. But the combination of all those together, or even just one, has massively improved my cold tolerance. So I hope that would help someone watching. I think I probably take more supplements than almost anyone on this planet, so I have quite a lot of these interesting tips. So I think next time I'm going to tell you how, as a lead on to this conversation, how I increased my body temperature, which is not necessarily to increase cold tolerance, but it's quite helpful in other ways. So if you're interested, stick around for that, and I will talk to you later. Cheers.